Hello, 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 hello. And welcome back to Demajen Plays, where today we are continuing to play Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers patch 5.1. And all of the new delightful main story quest lines that it has brought with it. We are going to Yulmore today to help out Kaishir and Nuzz, who something's going on. So let's go fix it, because that's what we do. Lady Chai's up in the parlour. Best not keep her waiting, eh? Best not. Oh, what's happened to that map? There we go. Took a little moment to load in the actual graphics. Right, are they still in the same place as always? Yes, they are. While we're here, let's very quickly mend up our gear. Alphino! Well, naught here seems out of the ordinary, though I do not see Lady Chai anywhere. Probably pacing around outside again, staring off into the distance and all that. Sighing. Strange. Let's see if we can find her and discover the source of her distress. Okay. Search for Julia Chai. I guess she's got to be around here somewhere. On the balcony? Yes, here she is, in fact. Oh, Alphino. Hello. Puts a smile on her face.
Oh, thank heavens you're here.
I'm glad I don't have to do her voice.
I knew not where else to turn. Oh, this is all too much for my poor heart to bear alone.
Oh?
Alone? What of Master Chai?
But that is the very reason I summoned you. He's gone.
Oh?
What? What happened?
Has he been kidnapped?
It all began after the events at Mount Gulg. With Lord Vorthri out of the way, we all agreed that a new leader must be chosen.
Yes.
And so you held an election?
Yes, well, sort of. Not a single person volunteered to stand, you see.
Ah. That does create a bit of an issue.
After a lifetime of leisure, we free citizens have grown somewhat indolent. Readapting to the harsh realities of life is trying enough, but to take charge of a broken city as well? No one wanted such responsibility. Nevertheless,
Can't say I blame them.
Not well do without a leader, and so we decided that anyone and everyone should be considered a candidate. And after we cast our ballots and tallied the votes, the mayorship fell upon my
Well, he
dear
was the
cousin.
hero of the hour. Kind of.
Well, given the manner in which he orchestrated the construction of the giant tower,
See?
none could deny his leadership qualities.
But even before then, he had proven himself at Daedalus Stoneworks, don't forget. He is more than qualified for the role. The perfect choice.
I have to agree. But
Indeed. I told him as much when his victory was first announced.
has he run away then?
But perhaps I was too forceful in my attempt to encourage him. For shortly after that, he vanished without a word.
Multiple possibilities. Kidnapped by Sin Eaters? Run away from responsibilities? Panic attack?
You believe he was so daunted by the burden of leadership that he felt compelled to flee?
I don't know whether that sounds like Nuzz.
Please, Lady Chai, dry your eyes. Your husband does not strike me as the sort of man who would abandon his duty.
So he's been kidnapped instead.
There has to be some other reason for his absence.
But without telling his wife.
You truly think so? What about you? What do you think has become of my husband?
I think he fell off a cliff and died. He won't have fled. I, for once, agree with Alphino. That leaves a terrible taste in my mouth.
There you have it, Lady Chai. You needn't worry. Master Chai loves you more than all the world, and he will return.
He does, and I'm not entirely sure why. His wife is a little bit on the high maintenance
Wherever
side.
he may have gone, rest assured we will find him.
That is true. Nod.
Thank you, my dear boy. You have set my mind at ease. I will trust in my husband and await his return.
And now I shall waddle away. So, where could he have actually gone? Pixie berry tea? Popoto salad? Rube lettuce? So much food to fill up my inventory. And never get used. Are you sure? You know, Yulma's nothing like I thought it'd be, but somehow I can't picture going anywhere else. The Chai's a part of it, I suppose. They've been good to me. I only wish there was something more I could do to help them. Oh, you may well get your chance yet. For all his comforting words, Alphino is plainly troubled by Master Chai's sudden disappearance. It makes no sense for Master Chai to have left without a word, but even if he had, he'd not have done so unobserved. Someone here will have seen something, I'm sure of it. We should split up and inquire as to whether anyone saw him leave, or failing that, if they have any idea where he might have gone. I'll meet you at the Glory Gate to compare notes later. Right, gather information in the canopy. Moen! Master Chai? Why, yes, I spoke with him recently, though I recall he was in a rather dour mood. Concerned about Yulma's neglect of industry, you see. With Lord Vorth's apparently inexhaustible stores of meal, and no great need for money, it's little wonder our businesses were all but forgotten under his rule. But I assured Master Chai that the Boutique of Splendours will do all it can to contribute to the revival of trade here in Yulma, which seemed to satisfy him. He took his leave soon after. Your exchange with Moen has taught you about the stagnant state of business in Yulma. Okay. I can't remember how to use the controller to pull up teleport points. Mount unavailable in this location. Looks like outside. Isn't outside. Athenbear. Athenbear. Hey? Oh, I recall a man fitting that description. Asked to speak with the poor buggers lately come from right. Said he wanted to know the state of things down in the derelicts. And you can be sure we gave him an earful. Lack of food, medicine, clothing. There was plenty to tell. We on iron low for whatever we can scavenge, and it's barely enough to fill our bellies, but folk here don't just want to survive, they want to thrive. When he heard that, he started mumbling to himself, something about finding us work, I think. Fair play to him, though. Not content with having his ear chewed about the derelicts, he asked about the other settlements and that, and all. After that, I can't really say. Looked like he was heading for Gate Town when I saw him last. Your exchange with Hatherbear has taught you about the poor living conditions of Calusia's downtrodden. So it looks like Master Chai has switched on his altruistic side and is looking for methods to make the town a better place. How do I even get back up here? I've forgotten. Ah, can't squeeze down there. I am not that thin. That's the story of my life. Right, this is where we've got to meet Alphino. But somewhere... Aha! Looking for Master Chai? There's something amiss. When last I saw him, he seemed ready to collapse from exhaustion. Is this male or female? I can't actually tell. I insisted he rest and catch his breath, and we talked for a while about his concerns over the city's defences, among other things. He made more than a few valid points. Many of our men are still recovering after your confrontation with Lord Vorthu, and finding General Van Giet in a heap in the middle of the plaza shook us to the core. The man commanded no small amount of loyalty, and some of our longest-serving soldiers seemed lost without him. Indeed, a number of them left. Not that we blame you, of course. Without you and yours, we'd still be blind to the error of our ways. Anyway, funding permitting, I propose replenishing our ranks with volunteers from the derelicts in Gatetown. We have a duty to protect not only Yulmore, you see, but the surrounding regions of Kalusha as well, and I, for one, would welcome any man or woman willing to take up arms for that cause. Indeed, I told him as much, and he seemed relieved to hear it. It was on that note that we parted ways. He headed outside, as I recall. You exchanged with Cornien? Cornene? Has talked to you about whatever that said before I foolishly clicked off it. Right. So, Master Chai has probably left because he has an idea, I would guess. Ah, there you are. How did you fare? Have you learned anything that might offer a clue as to Master Chai's whereabouts? Hand over. Interesting. He apparently paid a visit to the Queen Bee as well. They discussed the possibility of granting admission to customers from outside Yulmore, an idea to which the proprietor was surprisingly receptive. Looks like he's got big plans for the place. Yulmore, I mean, not the bee. Perhaps, but the question remains, where did he go after leaving the city? A notable absence. I imagine he's gone to right. With furrowed brow, Alphino carefully considers where best to look next. All we know for certain is that Master Chai has shown great concern not only for Yulmore, but its surrounding settlements. It seems logical then that having consulted those within the city walls, he would wish to do the same to those without. Demajen, if you go and make inquiries in Right, I shall do likewise in Stilltide. Gatetown, I leave to you, Kaishir. Fair enough. Where should we meet when we've finished? Well, Top Rung would seem to be his next most likely destination. Let's reconvene there. With any luck, one of us will have stumbled upon him by then, but if not, we'll be well situated to continue our search. Nod. Speak with Hastelo. Hastelo. Now, the name doesn't ring any bells, but there was a rather dapper-looking Mistle gentleman here not long ago. He wanted to talk about relations between Wright and Yulmore, rather the lack of them. We lost a great many people to their promises, a meal, and the chance of a lavish life among the free. And Vorthu thought to take even more from us, conscripting the few able-bodied men we had left to guard his paradise. I didn't tell you what happened when the Sin Eaters came. Such things are hard to forgive. But Vorthu's gone now, and we're curious to see what will become of Yulmore in his absence. That's what I told your friend. Try news, was it? And I'm sure the others said much the same. Not that he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after. Not what he wanted to hear, I suppose, because he left soon after. And that was that. Huh. Whoa. That might be a little bit too close. Is Top Rung at the top or the bottom? I'm assuming it's the top. Oh, it is the top, isn't it? Because it's Bottom Rung at the bottom. Wham. 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 Such a silly mount. That's not quite enough angle. There we go. Alphanord. So, he paid a visit to both Rite and Gate Town as well, did he? I see. Kaishu and I glean much the same. He seems determined to salvage what goodwill might yet remain among the settlements of Calusia, the only place he has left to go being Amity. Come, if we're quick, we might catch up with him. Amity's the little refugee town over, isn't it? What the? Fail. Effective Talos. Is he here? He is! Shy Nuzz! What you doing, mate? Hello? Poke. Your wife is worried about you. Demajen! Alphino! Kaishir! What are you doing here? We might ask you the same, Master Chai. We've been looking all over for you. Looking for me? Whatever for? Lady Chai has been nigh inconsolable in your absence. She claims you disappeared without so much as a word and bade us return you to her side. What in blazes are you talking about? I left a letter for her in our chambers. I suppose she could have overlooked it, and when she gets an idea into her head... I can only apologise. No harm done, Master Chai. But since we're here, might I ask what compelled you to come all this way? We were told you've been elected mayor, and from what we've gathered from the nearby villages, you've been inquiring about the people's grievances. Is it safe to assume you mean to take office? No, let's not jump to conclusions. I did seek to learn about the problems faced by the people of Calusia, that much is true, but I am by no means sure I am the man to solve them. Tackling our many challenges will require resources, and until I've secured them, it would not be right to assume the role of mayor. I see. And you believe said resources can be found here? Well, indeed, the people's grievances are many, but in the course of my inquiries, I've already met with several individuals willing to lend their aid to addressing them. However, there remains one individual crucial to my plans, a man whose counsel might yet make a mayor of me. With respect, such forethought is in itself proof of your suitability. The city needs you, Master Chai, and I am certain this man of whom you speak, whoever he may be, will reach the same conclusion. For what little it is worth, we will vouch for you should he require convincing. It's you, isn't it? It's Alphino. We believe in you. I don't know what to say. You don't need to say anything. You got your actions to speak for you. As long as I can remember, all I ever wanted was to make it in a Yulmore, but that dream's gone now. Burst like a bubble, or a boil, more like ew. Anyway, outside of repaying Master Alpha now, I haven't got a clue what to do with myself. Spent most of my days in the days, but you've been running up and down trying to find a way to fix this mess for everyone. And I reckon you can do it. You got this lot at Mount Gull, didn't you? How hard could Marin be? You're going to steer Yulmore to a better future, I know it. And I want to help, properly help, do something that makes a difference. Don't know what it is yet, but I'll work it out on the way. If you let me come with you, that is. You give me entirely too much credit, the lot of you. But I can't deny it gives me heart. Come then, let us press on together. Blustering voice. Hey, Master Chai. But we mustn't get ahead of ourselves. Yulmore needs more than a man with good intentions, which is why I'm here, to find one with the experience needed to see the city thrive. Who is this man exactly, and are you certain he's here in Amity? Rendon is his name, and yes, he is, or was. I'd scarcely begin to explain myself when he decided his time was better spent elsewhere. He served as chief advisor to Vorth's father when he was in office. If Ranjit was the mayor's right hand, one might say Rendon was the left, and between them they kept Yulmore on the road to prosperity. A city needs more than a mere man of business, which is why I must find him. Ah. But even if you do, what makes you think he will listen? Before giving chase, might it not be wise to speak with those who know him, here in Amity? They may be able to shed some light on his reason for rejecting your overtures out of hand. Yes, I suppose that makes sense. Perhaps you should start with Tristal then. As I recall, you made rather a favourable impression on him. I'm certain he'll be willing to talk to us. Nod. Yes, Tristal is over here. Does anybody have anything to say first? Alphino? According to Master Chai, this Rendon fellow occupied a position of considerable influence in the Yulmurian leadership, which begs the question, why did he choose to leave? I reckon Yulmur could learn a thing or two from Amity about standing on its own 2 feet. And again, so could I. I realise it was me who suggested speaking with Tristal, but who's to say he will be any more receptive than Rendon? Why should any of them give me the time of day? Bah, that's no way to think. Ignore me. Greetings, friend. And to you too, Master Chai. I presume you're here to ask her after Rendon? Couldn't help overhearing your earlier exchange. Yes, well, with Vorthy gone, Yulmur wants for a leader. Should no one rise to the challenge, the city could very well collapse. I came here seeking Rendon's counsel in the hope that we could build a better Yulmur together. And that is still my wish. But given how abominably you were mistreated there, I will quite understand if you choose not to help. Worry not, Master Chai. I bear no grudge against you or the people of Yulmur, and I'd not see you suffer for Vorthy's villainy. As you no doubt gathered from your meeting earlier, Rendon can be rather uncompromising. He has his principles, you see, and little patience for anyone who deems less committed to their own. Your desire to right the wrongs of your past, or Yulmur's past, is quite admirable, but I fear the guilt you bear on the city's behalf works against you. I can see it in your eyes, in the way you carry yourself. It goes without saying he sees it as well. You must let those feelings go, Master Chai. Be more assertive, commit to this course, and prove to him Yulmur has the resolve to change. The resolve to change. I believe he was heading towards Pit 8 when he left. If you plan to go and speak with him, I suggest you be firm and clear in your intentions. Very well. To Pit 8 we shall go. I will not take no for an answer. Yeah, that's what I thought it said, and then second guessed myself. No, not even a maybe. And thanks, Tristal, for that. Oh, I must do the Halloween stuff as well. I haven't done it on this character. So pretty. What's Pit 8? Have we been here before? We must have flown over it. That looks comfortable. Right, what is Rendon? He is a Galka, Rugadin. What are they called on this? On the first, I've forgotten. Nice outfit.
Well, it's you again.
Well, it's you again.
Well, I see you've invited your friends. Need them to fight your battles for you, do you?
I didn't invite them, as it happens. So they are indeed my friends. Well, not only mine, but every true Yulmurian's. They are the ones who awakened us to the truth, to Lord Vorthy's villainy. The famous warriors of darkness.
That's us.
Are they now?
Are they now? Yes, we are.
Yes, they are. It would be no exaggeration to call them our saviors. We owe much and more to their kindness, but we cannot depend on that kindness forever.
No, indeed. Because next expansion, we will be going home.
So would be a little different from entrusting our affairs to Lord Vorthy. Nay, we must learn to stand on our own 2 feet.
Yes.
And
Oops.
Hear, hear, Master Chai.
Your sentiments are admirable. Yet admirable sentiments do not a nation make.
That's all well and good, but...
In my capacity as advisor, I once strove to build a better Yulmur. Gave honest counsel to my superiors, drafted laws for the benefit of one and all. But in time, my values fell out of favor. There was no need for them in this paradise.
Yeah, so they drove him out.
And so I left my homeland behind.
Maybe not forcibly drove him out, but they drove him out through a change of values.
But you, Chai Nuzz, you were content to wallow in indolence under Vorthri's auspices. And so I cannot help but ask myself what manner of nation you intend to build.
It's not a bad question, to be fair.
I can offer no simple answer to that question.
There is no simple answer to that question.
But this much I will say.
A surge of
I
resolve.
hope that Yulmore can become a nation which her citizens might freely choose to build together.
A republic. Ooh. Got him thinking.
A great many people, myself included, flocked to Yulmore seeking sanctuary. The alternative being to live in fear and die in pain. Seemed an easy choice.
Yes.
And sanctuary we found. As much food and drink as we could ever want. Secured at the cost of the surrounding villages. Little wonder the people gathered at our doorstep, begging to work among the bonded. The
Indeed.
free were blind to it all, of course. Content to, as you say, wallow in indolence. In ignorance. Were I mayor, I would first take stock of the city's resources and see that they were assigned equitably. Our days of reckless consumption are behind us. The distinction between free and bonded died with Vorthri.
Quite right.
The needs of rich and poor alike must be considered if our nation is to survive.
Also,
To this end, I
quite
will
right.
take steps to secure channels for supplies, rekindle relations with nearby settlements, who re-establish industry, reach out to neighboring nations, and the list goes on and on.
He is a man with a plan, of sorts. He's an
I
engineer.
am no ruler, nor even a politician. I am an entrepreneur. My expertise lie in planning and profit. I haven't the knowledge or experience to run a nation. Please, Rendon, will you not help me? Together, we could solve the city's problems. Build a Yulmore for the people.
Yes.
A Yulmore for the people. I'd rather like the sound of that.
Well, didn't you say that was your plan? Nods. Nods.
But
Nods.
before I offer you my counsel, I would be certain of your ability to perform the
But we've
duties
just,
of
he's
office.
just said he's no politician.
You would? You ask me to help you solve Yulmore's problems, but first I would see you solve one on your own. Accomplish that, and you will prove both to me and the people that you are a man worth following.
That is fair enough. What is this symbol on his... Okay, so what? It remains to be seen if his words will translate into deeds, but I shall endeavour to keep an open mind. Alphino? Words of wisdom? People cannot be brought together on the strength of high ideals alone. This I know from painful experience. Rendon was right to demand proof of Master Chai's commitment. Imagine it, a Yulmore that even a bloke like me could help to build. Bloke like you. Right, then. Is there a particular issue you would have me resolve? You seem to have conducted an assessment of the problems Yulmore now faces. I assume you will agree, therefore, that the matter of dwindling food stores is the most pressing. Ah, yes. Meal being neither a desirable nor less sustainable option, I assume alternative foodstuffs are now required to fill the void. And a man who hungers is not like to contribute much to society, save violence, perhaps. So tell me, how do you propose to solve this problem? Give me a satisfactory answer, and I will consider offering you my counsel. Farms. A combination of measures would seem to be in order. One to address the immediate issue of supply, and another that of production. Go on. For the present, Yulmore's coffers can be used to purchase food from our neighbours. That would afford us time to address the underlying problem that affects us all, the long-standing neglect of agriculture. The villages that once served as sources of trade for foodstuffs must be repopulated, their means of production restored. This assumes, of course, that we can rekindle relations with our neighbours, guarantee security and stability in the region, and, most importantly, find people willing to leave the city and take up the rebuilding efforts. I might think of that all by yourself, did you? Well, yes. It began as a rather abstract plan I drafted some time ago after speaking with the peoples of Yulmore in the nearby settlements. You've impressed me, Chinese. I have? Well, that is a relief. Oh, you haven't secured my support just yet, only my attention. Grand plans will not be enough to persuade the masses. If you would ask them to rebuild, you must provide them the means to do so. Ah, fair point, Rendon, and one to which I've given much thought. I propose the use of Talos to aid in the establishment and maintenance of these settlements. Their employment should drastically improve efficiency and ultimately increase production. Talos? But Daedalus Stoneworks closed their doors years ago. Without a ready supply of the necessary equipment, the people would starve before your plans could be put into effect. Well, as heir to the Daedalus Stoneworks, it just so happens that Talos are my field of expertise. And with a little help, I'm quite certain we can acquire what we need in no time at all. And by little help, they mean me. Of course they do. I might as well just take the silver because I very rarely use the food. Although, to be fair, you can probably sell the food on the auction house for more. Go on then, Shanuz. Shanuz's look of steely determination is only slightly undermined by the knocking of his knees. Rendon is quite right. Building Talos from scratch would require time we simply do not have, which is why I propose to make use of the long-abandoned Talos which runs the wilds of Calusia. They will need to be deactivated, of course, and if memory serves, the tools required to do so should still be at top rung. Come with me. Come with me if you want to live. Okay. Talos like that, good boy. Or that defective boy, I suppose. So he is an authority on Talos, is he? Huh. What other surprises could he be hiding, I wonder? How'd you catch a Talos then? Dig a hole and lure it in? It is one thing to repair an immobile Talos, as Uyonja did, but quite another to catch one, surely. Does this not sound a trifle dangerous? We've saved the world, Alphino, multiple times. Multiple worlds. Catching a Talos after defeating Hades? Probably not an issue. Aha! The old memory hasn't let me down. This chest contains canisters filled with a dashedly potent insulating powder capable of halting the flow of ether and Talos. We need only get within throwing distance of one and let fly. Thus disabling them without damaging them. Ingenious. An old trick of the trade, nothing more. Once disabled, it should be a simple enough matter to get them to march to Yulmore. More extensive repairs can wait. Ordinarily, this is where I would ask you to run along and do the deed, but as I've said before, it's high time we learn to stand on our own 2 feet. Thankfully, throwing canisters is something even I should be able to manage. Come off it, Master Chai. Even if the Talos ain't a threat, there's 101 other things out there waiting to make a meal of you. No. That's as may be, Kaishir, but Rendon tasked me with solving this problem, and I will not sit idly by while others risk everything to see my harebrained schemes realised. Not this time. Which isn't to say the mere thought of it doesn't fill me with dread. Truth be told, I can't feel my legs. But if I'm to prove I'm a man worth following, I must lead by example. Well said, Master Chai. Hear, hear! Oh, no. I do not wish to skip cutscene, thank you. Yes, well, it should go without saying that I've no intention of dying for this. I've always preferred living to see the fruits of my labours. And to make sure I do, I will require your help. It is as Kaishir says, these lands are dangerous if one is not careful. I'd ask you to use my spyglass to look out for any beast that would get in the way of my work. I'll also need you to alert me when it is safe to subdue the Talos, understood? It's a spyglass minigame. Good. And let's be off to the quick way, through the north gate, and see if we can't find a suitable vantage point for you. I like the little spyglass minigames. They're never very difficult. I've said that now. Oh. Destination. Keep a lookout for danger and alert Chinese when it is safe to incapacitate the Talos. You may move the spyglass as well as zoom in and out. Point the spyglass at Chinese and give him the signal to sneak past the Talos, near the Talos, with left mouse button. I must be careful. Perhaps it'd be best to approach from the rear. Okay. So is he sneaking further up? No. I did it! I did it! Let's move on to another Talos, shall we? Oh, there are bombs now. Right, so the bombs are not looking. But the Talos is. And now the bombs are in the way. And now the Talos is looking. Go! Please don't turn around. And timber! I do believe I'm getting the hang of this. Nod. The holder is still there. You may leave the next one to me, Demajen. Uh-oh. And now it is fight time. No? Mom. Aha! That should do it. Now we have all we need to proceed. But wait. No complications. Subversion of expectation. I have these friends. They're huge. I don't think you realise how big they are while you're flying over them. Kaishir. Blimey. Thought my heart was going to stop for a moment there. Maybe a couple of moments. Our friend returned with nary a scratch. Well done. It would seem I misjudged, Master Chai. There may yet be hope for Yulmore. Maybe. I can scarce believe it. It was a reckless, foolish plan, but somehow it worked. I did it. Master Chai, I believe I owe you an apology. Your plan to replenish Yulmore's food stores showed forethought and sound judgment. What's more, it is plain your time at Daedalus Stoneworks has equipped you to lead, as evidenced by the extraordinary company you keep. You, sir, are more than qualified to be the next mayor of Yulmore. I thank you for your vote of confidence, but the fact remains I am wholly ignorant of the world of politics, which is why I would ask you to join me and grant Yulmore the benefit of your counsel. I would be honoured. When the people behold these Talos, I have no doubt they will lend you their support. Or be squished, no. It would seem Yulmore's leadership is at last in capable hands, would you not agree? Nod. We should probably be getting back soon, Master Chai. After you've tinkered with the Talos and all that, Lady Chai's worried sick. Has nobody been and told her about the note yet? Would it not have been sensible to send Kaishia back to Yulmore and to let her know what's going on? That lift must be so powerful.
Form a line and make for Yulmore.
Trying not to trample everything along the way. Ka-chung, ka-chung. How are they going to help? Yulmore's a long way away. Really? Huh?
What's that noise?
What's that noise? The Talos are coming!
Wicked white! Runaway Talos!
They're not runaways.
Call the guard!
See, this is why you should send people ahead. Hold!
Stay back! All of you!
Who are you talking to? The citizens or the Talos? Is
that?
It is! Hello, dear.
Darling, you're back.
Oh. Hugs! Oh.
But of course I'm back. You didn't see.
I can't!
Oh.
Oh, oh dear.
She's broke him. Alphino? Cure spell? Love it.
I'm sorry, my darling.
You snapped
You
his
filled me
spine.
with joy, I couldn't help myself.
You get to be the Lady Mayoress.
Oh, no, it's all right, dear. I should have just come out and said what it was I was intending instead of entrusting the task to a hastily scribbled letter.
Does that mean you'll do it?
Well, I'm here, aren't I? I mean, not that my absence signified any unwillingness, you understand?
Yeah.
Oh, no, naught could be further from the truth. I only left to enlist the aid of the former mayor's senior advisor. And now that I have it, I believe I am ready to take office.
Progress! And politics!
Oh, how wonderful!
Oh, how wonderful! Nods. No. Oh, no, wait. No!
Please!
An animation is so good, they had to use it at least twice. Because they must have made that animation specifically for this. Poor fella. I'm fine, I just need a moment. Thank you again for finding my husband. I confess I was not expecting your return to be quite so grand. Dear sweet man, he's going to make the most wonderful mayor, I just know it. I dare say the future of Yulmore has never looked brighter. So it wasn't much help. Still, seeing Master Chai go after those Talos was something, eh? Inspiring stuff. Right. That was quite a reception. One Master Chai will struggle to forget. More seriously, the arrival of the Talos has seized the public's attention. Once word is spread around Yulmore, it will be that much simpler to gather one and all so that Master Chai can make his inaugural address. Finding good help. Is that Eden Prime following me? Yes, it is. And that is going to do it for that episode. That was well timed, actually. That was an entertaining series of cutscenes. That Adamantoise mount is just daft. A really entertaining series of cutscenes, and again, quite a lot of narrative content, which is what Final Fantasy XIV excels at, really. What's the next quest called? ... Doesn't tell me. Moving forward. It does tell me. Don't know how much more there is to do. Probably a chunk still, I would think. We shall carry on with this narrative experience next time. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you are enjoying this rather I want that mount, the big lion thing. Hope you're enjoying the experience, and I will catch you all in the next episode. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.